Hello and welcome back to the channel for another video. While I take some time to figure out some mini documentaries that I want to make surrounding Mars Argo or Poppy or Titane Sinclair or something else that maybe you want to suggest in the comment section below, I thought I would talk about Titane Sinclair and the allegations. I know that the lawsuit came out a few years ago now, and that Poppy also came out and said some stuff against Titane Sinclair, but I don't think I've ever really spoken about it. This, by the way, this video was brought on by a comment left in my comment section. I did respond to that, and I kind of want to go more in depth about it because I feel like I've been a bit blurry, like with the lines of my thoughts on Titane Sinclair. Now, this isn't overly important to like my YouTube channel or my content, but I just wanted to put this out there because I feel like it's not something that I've really addressed, although I don't have to, I don't think, but I feel like it is kind of important, and maybe in future, if people are like, what do you think about Titane Sinclair? I can just send them this video rather than trying to explain it. Don't know what this piece of hair is doing. Anyway, so my thoughts are basically that there's a few people, or quite a lot of people actually, even to this day, you see that his videos that he puts out gets lots of dislikes and there's comments bad mouthing him and such. And a lot of people would think that they're valid, and to some degree they are. Objectively, they're valid. Now, I don't think, unless it was like around the lawsuit, I don't think I've ever gone with the narrative that they're anything more than allegations, because I kind of can't. And the reason for that is, if I were to say Titane Sinclair is an abuser, or Titane Sinclair did such and such to Mars Argo, Titane Sinclair did such and such to Poppy, you may be like, oh, Marcy agrees with me, but I can't do that. And it's not because I don't think that he did it, it's because legally I could get sued. And that's where the kind of grey area or the blurred lines or whatever, I think they're two completely different things. But that's where that kind of comes into it. Because I would say that there's a chance that he did the things he's accused of. Now, in saying that, he wasn't found guilty of it in the Mars Argo lawsuit. What was settled out of court was the copyright stuff. So I think legally I can say that he used Poppy to copy elements of the Mars Argo project. I think. And if I can't, then hopefully I don't get sued for saying that. And in regards to Poppy, well, she hasn't ever taken him to court over her allegations, so legally I can't say that he did that. And I feel like that's important because I think a lot of people, or some people, I feel like quite a few people in my community, or the majority of the community, kind of understand that, and they're not like, if you don't denounce this and say that such and such did this, even though legally you could get done for slander, you're an abuse apologist, which I'm not. But I can't legally be like, this happened. I mean, A, was found not guilty, and B, wasn't there, was I? Now, the thing that is also worth mentioning is that just because he was found not guilty doesn't mean it didn't happen. I'm not going to say that the legal system is perfect because it is far from it. There have been people wrongly convicted for things, and there have been people who have been found not guilty for things that they probably did. In multiple circumstances, this is just in the generalized world, basically. I have also, and I feel like this is where it kind of might get blurred, is that I still continue to cover Titane Sinclair. I react to his music videos. If there's something like about Chelsea or something, I'll make a video about it. And the reason for that is because artistically, not as a person, artistically, I think he's brilliant. Now, I personally can separate his allegations and how shitty they are and his music. Now, many people will be like, well, how can you not support his actions but support his music? And I feel like people were also kind of like, well, if you're giving him the view, you're giving him the publicity, then you're kind of supporting him. Now, what I do, and I think I'm pretty sure I've said it in multiple of the reaction videos, is I have an ad blocker on. So I'm not giving him any money for those views of his music videos. And he doesn't claim those videos. And if I were to monetize them, I don't know if I do or not. I'm a bit iffy about the reactions. I feel like generally I don't monetize them. But anyway, hypothetically, if I monetize them, all the money for that, those ads, go to me. I have never bought a Titanic Sinclair solo song or album. I have some in my iTunes though. I think I have a few songs that I like took off YouTube. I think Throw Your Thoughts Away and Anything at All. And I've definitely listened to the I Have Teeth EP quite a fair bit. Listening to him on Spotify gives him, I don't even know how that works. Is it like a cent per 100 streams or 1,000 streams? I don't even know. I listen to the song occasionally on there, so I guess monetarily I support him via Spotify and give him a few cents from that because I enjoy his music. I was going to say sue me, but please don't. I also am of the opinion, this video is very opinion based by the way, and you don't have to agree with me. More than happy to have a discussion in the comment section below. That's kind of how we work as a community. We have a discussion. Now, I am of the opinion that if it wasn't for him, that the majority of the people watching this, myself included, wouldn't know who Poppy was and wouldn't know who Mars Argo was. And that's because, well, Mars Argo is like a co-thing that him and Mars did, which made sense that we wouldn't know who they were without him because they technically wouldn't exist. Now, Poppy did have, I think, 30,000 subscribers before Sinclair took over. He put her into stardom or whatever. And there's also other things that he held with, like Blame Candy, for example. But I think that I find it difficult when people are like, I love Poppy, I love Mars Argo, I hate Titanic Sinclair. Because if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't know them. Generally, okay, there's a small percentage that would have known who they were or knew who Poppy was without him. That's fair enough. I'm not saying that everyone ever only knows because of him. Now, if you say that you hate Titanic Sinclair, I also would objectively say that that's wrong because Titanic Sinclair's character. Now, his character in the Poppy universe was meant to be hated. He's spoken about that. Him as Corey and his actions, you can hate what he has allegedly done. I myself, I don't like what he's allegedly done, but art for art's sake, I enjoy what he makes, but I don't enjoy what he has allegedly done. There will be people who are like, well, give him a second chance. The thing is that Mars Argo was his first chance. Now, Poppy came out and said similar things about him, so that would therefore be a second chance. So he'd be on his third chance, hypothetically, if people were giving chances. I think that he can grow, and I hope that he grows. I am definitely of the opinion that the relationship with Mars Argo was very much a two-way thing, and that comments have come out from his brother. This was what, last year, I think. And I personally choose to believe them because it made sense that they were both kind of, I suppose, toxic in the relationship. I don't know if that was the same with Poppy though. I feel like Poppy was kind of Mars Argo repeating itself in a way. But I do believe that Titanic has actually kind of stated that he's not the best person, or he wasn't at that time. I think that he is, or I hope that he's fully aware that he had or has stuff in his past that he needed or needs to work on. And I hope that the same thing doesn't happen with Chelsea, because then that is kind of history repeating itself again, which in this case would not be good. The bad kind of history. But as I said, I can't come here and say he did it. Like, I can't make the Titanic Sinclair files and talk about how bad he is, because I get sued from here to there. And that'd be fair enough, because legally, he's not guilty. Legally. As I said, the legal system is nowhere near perfect, and I'm not saying that, but there's things that I, as a creator, have to kind of abide by, and that is one of them. And something that I also think that people may kind of criticize a little bit, and I don't know if they do or not, but I feel like it would be a valid criticism, and I kind of want to address it for that reason, is since the lawsuit came out, is it okay to post Mars Argo content with Titanic Sinclair in it? Now, there were edits of like computer show episodes with just Mars in them. And there's compilations, I think now, or at least one, with mainly Mars's vocals and like no music with Sinclair in it. Because they're kind of like, well, Mars Argo has the rights to the project, which he does, which is fair enough. And they kind of want to cut him out of that. And I feel like a lot of people also with Poppy are kind of like, Poppy did it all herself, you know, because Titanic Sinclair's bad. And that kind of thing. I do sometimes struggle with, do I like make Mars Argo content and still mention him in relation to her? And same with Poppy, or do I just kind of act like they're their own people and it wasn't a project when I mention those kinds of things? Like, someone mentioned, and I mentioned in the comments recently, about making a Technology as a Dead Bird mini documentary. Now, because the lawsuits come out and she made those allegations, is it then fair to mention Titanic Sinclair so much in relation to that, even though he was part of it? It is history, but I feel like people, and quite validly in most cases, like, this isn't just a Mars Argo, Poppy, Titanic Sinclair thing. A lot of people are uncomfortable seeing people alongside their alleged abusers after they've come out. So like, if there was a movie with two famous people and they had a relationship and then it came out later that they were abusive or something, then watching that film could then kind of be tarnished, if that makes sense, in future. And yeah. Anyway, hopefully this makes some sense. I just want to sit down and I just want to really talk about this, because I feel like I had avoided it for ages and I didn't know how to word it, but I think that this is probably the best way I can word it. Hopefully it made sense to you. Of course, if you hate Titanic Sinclair and whatever, then that's fair enough. I'm not telling you to love him. It's just an opinion, you know. You can debate about Titanic Sinclair in the comment section all you want. But yeah, short summary. I think his art's brilliant. As a person, less than desirable. I can't say the allegations are true, because he was found not guilty in the case of Mars Argo and Poppy didn't take him to court, and legally I could get sued. So that's that. That's the basic summary. I probably could have made this video like 2 minutes long, but I want to try and make a video where if you had questions about it, that they were answered, because I'd prefer if this was just one video. But yeah, have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Peace.